Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having the best Tuesday ever. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Sebastian and I welcome you guys with open arms. I do tea video, pop culture videos every single day, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. I would be so incredibly grateful. I feel like Ariana Grande. Right? Isn't she like known to like do this? I feel like I'm back in like middle school and I used to hide like between my sweaters and just stare at my first crush. I remember him, he was so cute. But anyways, you guys, welcome back to my channel. Grab a snack, grab a drink, get comfy. I have some tea for you today coming from YouTube. So please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 30K before New Year's and I would be so grateful if you help me out. All right, you guys, so let's talk. Nikocado Avocado. And you're probably rolling your eyes and being like, girl, what is he doing now? Honestly, I'm even so bored by Nikocado. Oh, girl. Backstory, I always share this little mini story. I used to really actually like Nikocado back when he was a raw vegan. I thought he was really interesting. I thought that he had a lot of knowledge, and I thought that he was kind of, I even thought he was cute. I really loved his relationship with Orlin. And then he moved to Colombia, and that's when I started not liking him just because my family's Colombian, and he said some really not so nice things about Colombia and some very ignorant things. So I was just like, fuck him. You know, I'm over him. But anyways, then we know what happened. He has gained over 200 pounds and he basically is very lost. So recently he was doing a mukbang and the girl who he was with asked him what he thought about Ethan Klein, if he thought he was cute. And, you know, Nikocado basically said, like, he's not my type, but he looks like he has a cute belly, blah, blah, blah. Like, he didn't really say anything negative about Ethan. Well, Ethan, girl, he did a podcast, a 3-hour podcast, and he named it and put him in the thumbnail saying, Nikocado Avocado called me ugly. So I saw the clip of Ethan, and basically, he's explaining to Hilda, that's how Nikocado calls Ela, how basically who he was. You know, they kind of give Ela a little backstory of who Nikocado is. And then he basically just like says, he watches the clip of where Nikocado says he's not my type. So he never really said he was ugly, but he just said he's not my type. So they kind of like joke around and they talk about how he's like huge now and how he does like really hardcore adult content and how he just like eats massive foods and blah blah blah. So like he kind of like explains to Ela everything, and he actually says that he really wants Nikocado on the podcast, and he said he's gonna make it happen. So fast forward to, I believe it was like early today, Nikocado put his video out reacting to Ethan Klein, basically reacting to me. It's just like, people are just reacting to react about reactions. So Nikocado basically watches it. And here's the thing, you guys, like in a Nikocado video, you can see him screaming, crying, pooping himself, hitting Orlin, throwing food, putting food all over himself, stuffing his face, going to drive-thru, screaming in the car. I mean, it is so insane. It's such a nasty ass roller coaster. And here's the thing, you guys, like I don't have such an issue with mukbangs, but with him specifically, I just kind of find it like kind of odd. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's so, first of all, like, look, I'm not trying to be like Mother Teresa here, but like, I hate wasting food and I hate all the food that he buys. You know what I mean? Just because, like, if you would be like, yeah, he eats it in leftovers, like, blah, blah, but sometimes he literally just, like, shakes everything and everything falls all over the place. So it's just really sad to see, like, you know, how all this food is being wasted. But listen, again, I'm not Mother Teresa. Another part that kind of really annoys me with Nikocado is that he really treats Orlin like shit, and Orlin is just going along with it for the ride. Basically, everything Nicocado's doing is for money. So Nikocado sits there and he eats, I believe it's Carl's Jr., the whole menu of Carl's Jr., and he talks about Ethan, and he calls Ela Hilda. he's basically doing his, one-man act where he's screaming at the video, calling his lawyer Nancy. And then, girl, he literally number twos himself, bitch. He's like screaming so hard he number twos himself. And I'm like, how is this humanly possible? Do you know what I mean? Like, here's the thing, like, people consider him to be like a character, like an actor. But I'm like, an actor or a character, they log off and then they're themselves. He has to put up with all of the things that he is, he has to suffer all the consequences for his actions as the actor, as the character, and people that are watching him and enabling him don't seem to really care about him, because if they did, they would, do something. But Nikocado sees money signs. So he's basically just calling everyone out. He got really upset when Ethan described Nikocado as massive. And he stands up. He's saying he's not that big, that he's only gained 200 pounds in water weight. And that, and then he number twos himself, okay? But Nikocado, he lives in Las Vegas, and obviously Ethan is here in LA, and Ethan actually really wants him on the podcast. And they actually go ahead and talk about the Trisha Paytas drama with Nikocado. Basically, Nikocado was coming to Los Angeles, and he was a really massive fan of Trisha, and she basically flaked on him and never saw him. He made an exposed video, and then she invited him over to her house to do a mukbang, and then he number two'd himself on her couch. You know what I mean? So he talks about that, and then Ethan Klein, towards the end, when they're explaining his Nikocado's beef with Trisha, Ethan says, oh, well, you know what? If anything told me, the exact words were like, if I learned anything, I'm going to side with Nick. So, you know what I mean? Basically saying, I've learned my lesson with Trisha. I'm going to side with the person who is, against her. So, he really wants Nikocado on the podcast. Nikocado says that he has to buy him his plane ticket and to stay and all of this. And, he does live in Vegas. So, I don't see that being such a mission impossible. But Ethan really wants to see Nikocado, the person, and not the character. From what I remember, you guys, when he was just like a raw vegan kid, he sounds very intelligent. He knows a lot about a lot of things. So I think if he's just being himself, he could definitely have a nice conversation. But because he is Nikocado, it is just ain't gonna be pretty. And if Nikocado goes number 2 in that studio, bitch, it's gonna be that I will literally pee myself, okay? And I just love when he's calling Hila Hilda, Haley. Nikocado is such a fucking mess, you guys. But I'm gonna confess something to you. Not Nikocado, but when I see a lot of people, or when I see mukbangers eat, I used to really love to watch mukbangs, especially if they were eating bad foods that, that I'm on a diet and I can't eat. And I still sometimes watch, but really honestly I don't actually know if I watch any mukbangers right now. I don't watch any mukbangers, actually. Not one. But I used to watch a lot. And I feel like it was enabling kind of like an eating disorder for me. So I stopped watching it. I stopped watching mukbangs. Sometimes I'll watch, but I can't think of right now on the top of my head who I like to watch, who does mukbangs. But anyways, what do you guys think of this whole mess? Would you like to see Nikocado on Ethan Klein's podcast? Let me know in the comments below. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. What else did I want to say? Are you guys doing anything for Thanksgiving? I know that there's a lot of, it's very split. People don't celebrate Thanksgiving anymore. Some people still do. What's going on? Let me know in the comments. Sometimes, you guys know, sometimes it's so funny. Sometimes I forget that, people are going to watch this. And sometimes, I will be so messy or not feeling good or just, having a really off day. And I'm, telling people my, personal business. And then I, get shocked when, I receive, more than 10 comments on a video from, people. And I'm like, oh, right. Everything I'm saying is like public. You know, like it's just such a weird thing. Anyways, I gotta go, bitch. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Bye.